Hello everyone, this is John Rios from the data mining class, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to build a logistic regression and linear regression in Rattle. So let's start with the linear regression, and for that we're gonna load our data set. Let's use the Boston housing data set, which is in Rattle. So with the B we can find Boston, right? So let's do some partition, hit execute as always, and then we're keeping this seed, and then we have our data here. We are doing some linear regression, so our target variable is numeric, but we Rattle is understanding that this is our target variable, so we have to change that. And also, this is a binary variable, so we have to change it. And for that, as you know, let's go to transform, recode, and then hit as categoric and select the variable, execute, and then if you come back, you'll see that this variable is not now ignored, and this is the new version of that variable. So let's select this as our target variable, and then uh, hit execute, and now we can build our model. So let's go to model, linear, and you can see that these are not available because our target variable is a number. So the one that we are using is this numeric. Hit execute, and these are the results of a standard linear regression. So you can see the betas here. So these are the estimation of the coefficients, the standard error, the t-value is just coefficient divided by standard error, and the p-value associated with that. Rattle will use these signs here, the symbols here for the for telling you, for comparing these p-values. So if you have one dot, it's because the p-value is lower than 10%. You have one star, it's because it's lower than is less than 5%, 2 stars for 1%, and 3 stars for 0.1%. You can also have some information here about the R squared and adjusted R squared, and the F statistic for the global significance of your regression. So, but we are not going into the details of that. So let's go to evaluate, and here what I want to show you is like you can use either validation or testing set depending on what you want to do. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna export uh, the observed and predicted values for each observation. So for each instance, I'm gonna hit execute, and if we go back to R, click on zoom here, you can see that here we can compare the observed value and the predicted value, right? And also this line here has a slope of 1. Sorry, this dashed line here has a slope of 1, and this is the trend of our data, right? So you can compare both lines to see how close you are to a perfect fit. Yeah, so going back to R, so to Rattle, so this is everything about the linear regression that I wanted to show, but now for the logistic regression, we'll need another data set, right? We need now a target variable, which is a binary, and then for that I prepared a version of this Boston housing data set, but there the target variable is now 1 if um, the price is high. It means it's in the 4th quartile. Then for that I'm gonna load that, and hit execute. Yeah, I want to Look at another one, don't worry. And then here you can see that this is a categoric variable. We have ones and zeros, just two unique values. And in the edits, I also made clear that this is a categorical variable. So now we can go to model, to linear again, but now logistic and probit are available. So let's go to with logistic, and you have some similar results about the coefficients and standard error, z values and p values, right? And now here the evaluation, again, you can do it on your validation or testing set depending on what stage of the analysis you are now. But if you hit execute, you'll have a confusion matrix in which you can estimate some accuracy, or which is just 1 minus the overall error, right? And you have some true negative, true positive, and so on that we discussed before. But what I wanted to show you here is that you can also export the values for your prediction. But in this case, what we are exporting is for each instance, what's the probability of being classified as one according to our logistic model, right? So let's be sure that you selected this probability here and hit execute. It says it will save a CSV file. Let's save it here, and now you can go there and open it, right? And as I told you, you'll have like the probability of being predicted, of being classified as one according to your logistic regression, and the actual value of the target variable for that observation. So you can, with these two, do some analysis like what is the best cutoff based on your classification goals and so on. But we're gonna talk about that in a following video. So that's it. Now you know how to build your logistic and linear regression on Rattle.